Hey crew, how is everybody? Good to be here to talk to you today about groups. Now, you may think this is not relevant to you, but I'm sure each and every one of you is actually in a group, even if you don't run a group. So if you've ever requested access to a group, you're in a group of any kind as like a consumer, or you run a group, you are going to get something out of this video, okay? So there's all different parts that I'm going to sort of address. And from somebody that runs groups, there's some things that you guys are doing that is really frustrating for somebody that runs groups. So I want to give you a few tips if you are in a group just consuming content, whatever purpose, it'll actually help your experience in the group and it'll help the person running the group, okay? And don't tell me you're not in any groups, because I get people that request to get into my groups. And this is one of the things, guys, what you don't realize is when you request, unless you're running a group, you'll know this, but if you're not running a group yourself, you're not an admin that's created a group yourself, you may not realize that when you request to join a group and your profile is sitting there as a request, it shows us, like I'm an admin of many groups that I've created, it shows me how many groups you guys are in. And I would bet that none of you check how many groups you're actually in. You've probably got no idea, unless you're in my coaching community and you've gone through Unit 12, which is the groups boot camp, to be in check with all of this. But some of you are in 100+ groups, which is destroying the algorithm. You're not seeing the content that you want to see because you're in every place possible. And Facebook doesn't know what to do with what content to put in front of you because you're in so many groups. So I've got lots of tips for you on this particular live regarding groups, whether you're running one, in one, or maybe you've requested access to one and you've not been approved. And you're thinking, I know I requested access to that group, but I don't think I've ever been approved. What's the reason for that? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So everybody should get something out of this video in relation to groups. But before we get into that content, how is everyone this morning? Oh, sorry, I should never say this morning because it's morning in my world in Australia, but certainly not morning in a lot of your parts of the world. It will be evening. So let's see who we've got with us. We've got Gloria. It's been a rough few days around here. Oh, no, Gloria. Oh, I'm sad to hear that. Well, I hope my smiley face can bring a smile to your place. I'm sorry to hear that, Gloria. I hope everything's okay. Hello, Olive. How are you? Good to see you on. We've got Mel here as well. Monica. We've got Shauna. And if you're wondering what all these emojis are, we've got Judy and Bob as well. Good morning, Helen and crew. Wish you all a wonderful day, night. Covering all bases. The anchor is for those people that are life members of my coaching community. The palm tree is just the mascot for our community here. The cruise ship is for those that are in my online crew coaching community as a member in general. And the fish is the emoji for our free Facebook group, which some of you may be watching from. So I'm broadcasting on my business page and in my free group at the same time. So my free group is called Social Media Strategies for Home Business Owners, and any of you, watching, you're able to join that group for free. So that's what the fish means. So tell me where you're from. Put the relevant emojis down. That's why some of them have got all of them, because they're everywhere, which is awesome. We've got Melissa. Hello, Melissa. We got High Five Mike. Good to see you on. Hello, Tina. Good to see you here. Oh, hang on. I've lost my spot. I can never do that smoothly. There we go. I'm in a lot of groups, I think Gloria is saying. Hello, Shauna. Holy cow, I'm in a lot of groups. Oops, you wouldn't be the only one. Even I'm still, like, I clean it out and then I end up in more. So we've got to go and clean that out because it really destroys what you're seeing in your algorithm, which you may not even realize. Hello, Mary, good to see you here. We didn't think we were in many groups and found out we were in over 30. We must fix this. 30 is actually pretty good, Judy and Bob. You should see some of them that I see, and it's like over 100. Some of them are in the multiple hundreds, and I'm like, nah, not letting you in here, because I know they're not serious. They're just a group person. You never know people's motivations when they're joining a group. I'll get into that content in a minute. Olive is a life member of our coaching community. We've got Mary Jo. We've got Lani. Warm and who? What present? Warm and who? What does that mean, Lani? You've got me stumped there. Hello, Patricia. Good to see you here. Hi, Melinda. How are you? Always nice to hear your brilliant tips. Good, thank you. We've got Cynthia. How are you? Very warm here today. Oh, yeah, it is hot here in our part of the world. So for those of you that are still freezing, it is hot in our part of the world, that's for sure. Warm and humid in Brisbane. I didn't pick that up. Hello, Katrin. What are you doing awake? Katrin is in Germany, and I'm pretty sure it's all hours of the morning for Katrin. So, yes, go to sleep, Katrin. You can watch the replay. Not that it's not nice, beautiful to have you here. Bob's playing golf today. Ooh, and I'm holding up the word. Please take lots of water, guys. It's a very hot day to be playing golf. Hello, Cindy. We've got people saying hello to each other. We've got Rose on. How are you, Rose? We got Edith on as well. Some of you were in the video that I was just on in the video challenge group. Everything to do with Helen Martin. We got Sean on as well. Mary Jo, 88, and I've cleaned them out recently. What do you do when it's reciprocal with people you do business with? So fine tune your question so I understand it, Mary Jo. Happy to answer any questions, but not quite understanding what you're asking. Hi, Tracy. How are you? I could just go on and on and on and say hello to everyone, but it takes up time on the broadcast. So I'll keep moving on. I did want to say tomorrow, in my part of the world, so it might be a little bit longer in some of your parts of the world, the next video challenge starts, 21-day online crew video challenge. So if you're in Australia, you guys start tomorrow. If you're in US, Canada, and other places, you'll be starting a little bit later because we're ahead of time here in Australia. But good luck to everybody. I've just done video 5 in the free group. The link to the group is up above if you want to join us. If you're serious about social media, guys, you need to be doing live video. You need to be doing live video regularly. Well, you want people watching you and not others. So if you want to be, somebody that stands out from the crowd on social media, then you really need to be doing live video. But for 21 days, I give you content. I'll give you the skills, the technical skills. I'll guide you. We've got a very supportive group in there of everyone that encourages each other. Even if you're having a bad day, let us know in the group and we'll pick you back up again and get you back going again. But it's completely for free for 21 days. If you want to join us, the link is up above. And also those of you in my online crew coaching community, we have our monthly live Q&A Zoom call. I do a boot camp and a live Q&A Zoom call every single month in my coaching community for pennies. So that's today in just under 45 minutes. I'll see you guys over there after here, okay? I did want to acknowledge Clayton I think it's Loeffler, is a brand new member of the coaching community just today, so welcome. And I'm not sure if I've welcomed Susan Dawson and Ashley Curran, who have recently joined the coaching community as well. So welcome, guys. That's where we get practical. I got thousands and thousands of dollars worth of training covering branding, content creation groups, Facebook advertising, bots, you name it, it's in there. So you get access to all of that as soon as you join. Okay, so let's get into the content today. Oh, I just saw that, Olive. I sent you a PM about the Q&A today. Okay, I'll have to have a look in between this and that. I've been on coaching calls, then I was live in the video challenge group, and I've come straight here. So I haven't had a chance to look at my messenger. So I'll have a quick look in between, Olive. Okay, so groups. If you've requested access to a group, you're in a group, or you're running a group, listen up. Okay. And I say this from some of this frustration comes from somebody that runs multiple groups. So I've got a video challenge group. I've got a group for those that are in my branding course. I've got my free group, social media strategies. I've got my coaching group. So I've got multiple groups, and people request to join these groups all the time. Now, Facebook loves groups, loves a sense of community. So groups are awesome. Absolutely awesome for creating that sense of community. Whether you're running a group, you're ready for a group, you've been thinking about creating a group, I don't know what you're doing in your world. Those of you in my coaching community, Unit 12 goes through all of that. Do you need one? Are you ready for one? Should you wait longer? If you want one, how do you set one up? What are all the things that you need to set up? step-by-step videos of how to set one up. All of that kind of stuff is in Unit 12 for those of you that are in my coaching community. Okay. Now, the thing is with groups is because Facebook loves them, because basically it's somebody that's put up their hand and said, yeah, I want to be part of that community. So Facebook loves that. What Facebook doesn't like is when people spam stuff on people and, just push out their stuff on people that they don't really want to see. And that's where negative comments come from. People can actually pull down the arrow tab and mark it as spam and, stuff like that. They love groups because it's people putting up their hand saying, yes, I want to be part of that community. But they've tightened it up because people, unfortunately, can use groups a bit in a spammy way, and especially groups to do with network marketing companies. Like your network marketing company might say, just get them in the group, get your prospects in the group. And some people mass add people to groups. That is the last thing you want to do because you're going to get banned by Facebook. So don't mass add people to groups, just do it slowly. Even when you do invite people to groups, it's not automatic anymore. So the person will get a notification that such and such has invited you into a group, and they need to accept the invitation. Otherwise, what happens is there's two sort of groups of people that sit in groups. There's the people that's there, and then there's the people, I've got them in my video challenge at the moment. There's a whole lot that have been invited, and I've accepted them because they've been invited by their friends, but the individual hasn't accepted the invitation. So there's hundreds of them that just sit on the side there because either you haven't notified them that they need to accept the invitation, or you've just done it blindly and the person doesn't even know they've been invited to the group. You don't want to invite people into groups that don't know they've been invited to groups. It's a communication thing. If you're going to invite people to groups, have a conversation, tell them you've invited them, and then ask them to accept the invitation. The other thing with groups now, groups don't have to have this on. So it's a choice. It's a choice whether the group has this on, but they do have the ability to ask you questions when you join. Now, if you do see questions when you request to join a group, from a consumer's perspective, not even from running a group, answer the bloody questions, guys. I say that because if you can't answer 1, 2, or 3 little questions to get into a group, what do you think it says to the person running the group about you? If you can't be bothered answering the questions to get into a group, what kind of quality person are you? Okay, now that's a big judgment call, and I'm not saying that is the way it is. If somebody doesn't answer the questions, I go and look at their profile. And this is how, if you don't understand how important your personal profile is when you are running a business on social media, then you need to come up to speed, because you are interacting on Facebook and you are joining groups for the most part from your personal profile, and you are getting judged as to whether somebody lets you into your group or not, depending on what your personal profile looks like. So I am declining people left, right, and center to my video challenge group and my social media, my free group, if they don't look like a normal human being because they haven't answered the question. The other ability groups have is to have rules. So there might be rules to the group. Mine are in my pinned post, but there is, and I have a question. Do you adhere to the rules? So if somebody doesn't adhere to the rules, then that might be another reason why you don't get accepted into a group, okay? So it's really, really simple. Some groups will have questions. If they do, just answer the questions. Or if you don't have some kind of active, normal-looking profile, like if your profile picture is of a dodgy cartoon character and there's nothing on your personal profile other than shared content, I will not approve you into my group. Now, you could be a very legitimate person who's just entered this online world and wants to build a business online, and you want help. Either you want to join the video challenge or you want to join my free group or other groups around, not just mine, but you are getting judged on the look of your personal profile. So if you don't look like a normal person, if all the content on your personal profile is just, you know, the circle, you've updated your profile picture, and someone scrolls and that's all they've got there, or it's all shared content, there's not one picture of you on your personal profile, you're not going to get approved into groups. And I do often get some that have no profile picture at all. You know, the grayed out sort of head, there's not even a profile picture. You're not getting in my groups if you don't even have a picture on your profile. The other thing I would alert you guys to with cleaning out your groups is what I said at the very beginning of this video. Is you may not be aware of the fact as a consumer of a group, like requesting or being in a group, that it shows up attached to your profile how many groups you're in. So you may be completely clueless to this, guys, but you might be in hundreds of groups and not even realize. But what happens when you request to join a group, that shows up. It shows how many groups you are in. So if someone's in 200, 300, 400 groups, I don't even look at their profile. You're not getting into my group. Who legitimately can follow content from hundreds and hundreds of groups? And if that's you, and I'll tell you in a minute how you can check that. If that's you and you know you're in a lot of groups, go and clean it up, because it's hurting what you see in the algorithm. Facebook doesn't know what to put in front of you because you're here, there, and everywhere. And the groups that you are in that you do want to see their content and you don't want to miss anything, turn the notifications on for the group. So my coaching community is a pretty important group. I do a new boot camp in there every month about something to do with social media, and a live Q&A Zoom call where people can ask me questions and get free coaching. Every single month we do that, as well as whatever I throw in between. So I'll put posts in the group about, you know, we're going live in 2 hours, this is coming up next week, whatever, and I'll still get messages. How do I find such and such? It's like, well, I've put 3 posts in the group about that in the last 4 days. How could you miss that? So if you're worried about missing content, the groups that are important to you, turn the notifications on for that group. The groups that are not that important to you, but you still want to be there and go and look whenever you want to go and look, turn the notifications off for those groups and just stay connected to the notifications on the groups that you need the information to keep up to speed. So you have to take some responsibility in your part as a consumer of a group to turn the notifications on to get the information that you want. But go and clean up your groups. Now, how do we do that? Okay. So go to your personal profile. Okay, just bear with me. I haven't shared my mobile phone screen or anything, so I'm just going to have to do this by showing you my screen. So go to your, take a step back, Helen. Just go to your news feed, okay? Then click what I call the hamburger, the 3 lines in the bottom right-hand corner. Push that. In there, you are going to get the option for groups. See it? Groups. You can organize your life in groups from here. So it says your groups. So these are the groups that I run, okay? And then I can go see all. So I can touch the see all button, and all my groups, I can pin the groups to the top that I want, which are my groups, because I need to get to them quickly. And then I've got groups that I manage, see all. Then I've got other groups, like all my other groups. Yes, I'm afraid to say it. Look at it, look at it, look at it. I still have to go back every now and again and clean up my groups, but that's where you go. Just go to your news feed, go and find the hamburger, which is just the 3 lines. Go and find the groups, and then go and have a look at the top. Remember, it'll say your groups, and then it'll say see all. Go and open it up, and that's your starting point. To be able to have pinned groups and stuff like that, all that's in my coaching community in Unit 12, guys. Of those of you that are in my coaching community, I actually show you on screen how to pin your certain groups, clear it out and stuff like that. So go and have a look at that unit if you need to go and clear up your group. You don't even really need to watch the whole boot camp, just the area of going and cleaning it up. Because if you were in hundreds of groups, then how does Facebook know what to prioritize to put in your newsfeed? You want stuff in your newsfeed that you want to see. So when you're in lots and lots and lots of groups, then it's making it harder for Facebook to put the right content in front of you as well. But for the most part, when you go and interact on Facebook and you get in groups and it says that you're a member of 100 or 200 groups, it says something about you, and it's a major red flag for me. The combination of somebody who's in hundreds of groups and doesn't have a normal looking personal profile. So you could be stopping yourself getting into some free groups somewhere if you're not doing that. Now, if you're running a group, be picky. But it's okay to be picky about who's in your group. And if people don't look like normal people, they don't even have a profile picture, or they're in hundreds of groups, don't accept them just because you want to build your group. You don't want people in your group that are not serious about being in your group. And I feel bad in my video challenge. I'm sure there's people that I haven't approved into the group that legitimately want to do the video challenge. That because of how they've presented themselves to me, they're not invited. If they're invited by somebody else, I approve them because they've actually been invited by somebody who's already in there. But if they're not invited by somebody else, they're in hundreds of groups, they don't look like they've got a normal profile. It's just like, I don't know if this person's serious or whether they're joining my groups to, spam my people. And that has happened. I've given some people the benefit of the doubt, and even some people with normal profiles are still going to be spammy, unfortunately. So I allow them into my group, and then, yeah, there it is, the spammy sort of post and whatever. And it's like, out, banned, you're sort of gone. So take some responsibility on your side as a consumer in groups, that if it's an important group, turn the notifications on so you don't miss content and then wonder, feel hard done by after the fact that you didn't know about something. It's your responsibility once you're in a group to get the content, okay? If you request to join a group, answer the questions and play by the rules. If you say no to playing by the rules, I don't think you're going to get accepted into the group. And those of you that are running groups, put the questions on. You can use that for all sorts of reasons. If you're not doing email marketing, or you don't have a landing page or a capture page or something to collect people's email addresses, that could be one of your questions. What's your email address so we can keep in contact with you? So if you do email marketing, you're capturing people's email addresses that way. There's so many things that you can do with groups. There's a lot of that, in Unit 12 in the coaching community. Now, I'm just checking my notes before I go and see I've just caught something from Sean, and have them pinned to your list. So pinned to your list, I'm not quite exactly sure what you're talking about, Sean, but I'm just going to pick up on your comment there. If you invite somebody into a group, don't just let them sit there once they've accepted your invitation. Tag them to a post. Any good group will have some kind of welcome post. It could be a welcome video or a welcome post of some sort written. Okay, so if you invite somebody into a group, don't just invite them and leave them there to just work out what's going on their own. If there's a welcome post, or let's say it's a network marketing company and there's actually a video that explains what the business is about, tag them in that. Or tag them in something else that's relevant to them. So if you're inviting people into the group, help them and tag them in a post. Or use the feature that Facebook gives us if you're running a group, and it'll keep collecting people's names on the side on a computer, and it says you have 12 new people, 14 new people, 20 new people. You click a button and it does a welcome post. So you can then do a post that says, welcome to all the new members of the group. I do this in my groups, and then I copy the URL link from my welcome post and I put it underneath the welcome. So say, welcome to all our new members, and make sure you've read the welcome post, which has got all the details of the group. You don't want anybody to join a group and not know what the hell's going on. So either you do it with your welcome post, or if you're the one that's invited somebody into a group, then tag them is what I should have said. I think I said pinned. Tag them to a post of relevance, either a welcome post or a video of something that they're looking for, something like that. Okay. So just checking my notes. Yeah. Okay. So, Gloria, holy moly, I need to clean out my groups. Most people do. We join, and you've probably got groups that, all of you've probably got groups that you're in that you haven't looked at the information for over a year or more. So just get rid of them. If you don't need them, get out of them. So it can help clean up your life on Facebook. It can help clean up your sort of profile, so to speak, when you're requesting to join other groups. Jane, I've just been reading in my opportunity chats that some people have over 200 groups. I delete groups I see other agents in. I've been told to never delete groups. I think you're correct. I'm not sure why you would be told never to delete groups, because it's not doing you any favors when you keep adding groups, because you're kind of saying to Facebook, yes, I want to be part of this community. So I want to see their content, but do you really want to see content from a group that you're not active anymore? I wouldn't have thought so. Pinning the groups to your list is what I meant. Okay, cool. Thanks for clarifying, Sean. Awesome. Sean's, I think you manage a lot of groups, don't you, Sean? So you got good knowledge around this. What are you saying, Adita? Oh my God, Helen. Does that mean that you've got a lot of groups? So I can imagine, most of you will be in many more groups than you actually even realize. So just go and follow how I showed you to go and find them and go and clean some of them out. Sometimes when you go live, Facebook gets confused which group I am coming to your live. Sometimes when you go live, Facebook gets confused which group I am coming to your live. Oh, I'm not quite sure what you mean there, Matthew. Maybe if you can help explain that a little bit for me. Geez, one cannot simply keep up with that many groups. I'm in a minimum of 20 groups, and that's about perfect. That's really about perfect. Because seriously, have a look through that groups list. How many of you actually, how many are you actually in and legitimately looking at the content? And that's stopping you from looking at legitimate content of groups that you want to be in, and you need to see the comment. And sometimes you may be, bummed that you've missed something in a group that it's already gone by, and there were heaps of notifications, but you missed the notifications because one, you got too much content hitting your news feed from everywhere that you are, and two, you don't have your notifications turned on for that particular group. So biggie, real biggie, if you're in groups, not even running groups, turn the notifications on for the groups that you want to see the content, okay? Shauna, well, I need to check and clean it up. Yep. Laugh out loud. You just put a huge grin on my face, Helen Martin. Oh, I'm not sure why that is, but maybe you're related to something that I said. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there because I've got a live Q&A Zoom call with my coaching community shortly, in about 15 minutes. So those of you that are in my coaching community, I'll see you over there. We're also finishing off some reviews from the reviews boot camp that we didn't get to last week. It was such a cool boot camp, just reviewing all your pages and your Facebook ads and your branding, and really, really impactful boot camp. For those of you that are in the coaching community that weren't live, if you haven't watched the recordings, seriously go back and watch the recordings of the 3 days, because you will learn a lot by listening to me review other people's branding and pages and Facebook ads and stuff like that. So for the rest of you, I will see you tomorrow, same time, for more good content. I hope this was useful to you in some capacity. If you think it is, and to other people that that are on social media that maybe have no idea about groups and how many they might be in, then please pass this broadcast along to other people you know, to let them know, because the more people that can clean up their content, the better we all are on Facebook, basically. So yeah, those of you in the coaching community, I'll see you in 15 minutes. Those of you that want to participate in the video challenge, it's not too late. Click the link above. We start tomorrow in Australia. It'll be the next day for those of you in other parts of the world, but I'm excited to get that video challenge started as well. So I'll catch you soon, guys. Bye.